Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to Yahweh by Shem, Yahushai, Bahasham, Mahava, Dash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirits and to the hopeful elect across the globe. To what Yahweh by Shem, Yahushai. All glory belongs to him, right? And hey, listen. As you're in this truth, you always gotta have the mindset, always, people covering up their faces. You always gotta have that mindset that if the Lord Yahweh is for you, who can be against you? Hey, so much to bring out right now. So much. Um, this is what you gotta understand. You're not mad. What you're seeing, you're supposed to see. Is very it don't happen to everyone, but oh shit. Stepped in doo-doo. Baba Kisha. But guess what? Yeah, there is people that get selected and targeted by groups, by people. Why? Because obviously, well, look what you're speaking about. Look what you're speaking about. Look what you're talking about. We're gonna let the scriptures come out. Psalm 64. And I just want to throw this out there. I just talked with my mother. I just talked with my mother. And you figure it out. You figure things out, right? Yeah, they try to get into your mother's head as well. You gotta be very careful, these people. They're fucking demonic. But that's beautiful because now the Lord, he's just watching things and see how it's gonna see how things are gonna go. They try to get in people's heads around you. That's what they try to do. And do the MK Ultra stuff. You think brothers don't know that? You think when we go to one place to another, you're not in their ears. We know that. We can see past that. But you still pray for your family, regardless if they're in the truth or not. Pray for them because there's demons out here, man, running psychological operations. This is real. This is real. We're here to bring you the truth and nothing but the truth, right? I've spoke to you about all this other stuff and what it leads to. I've told you what it leads to. What the majority of people are participating in is human trafficking. Whether you want to call it grooming, human trafficking, that's what they're partaking in, whether they realize it or not. Okay? And the cultic rituals. They're doing rituals. One big ritual. So you want to make sure you're not participating, you brothers, in that ritual. That's what they're doing. Times have changed, bro. Times have changed now. Scriptures are coming out. Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They talk of laying snares secretly. It says they encourage themselves. In other words, they cheer each other on. Yeah. Come, let's do this. Yeah. They have plans. They talk of laying snares secretly the day before. How are we going to do this? How are we going to put this into place? You stay over there. We're going to have another one of you over there. We're going to have all the cars come out. We're going to have every single car come out. We're going to put people over there, put them in that store, right? We're going to put the children over there, put the mothers over there, and we're going to have the cars coming out, and you have this person walking there. That's a plot. That's a scheme. They say, who shall see them? No one's going to see us. No one's going to see us. No one's going to find out. But hold on. But with these lessons, with the Lord, he sees everything. Everything. They say, who shall see them? Nobody's going to know. They devise iniquities. We have perfected a shrewd scheme. This is iniquity. This is sin. This is evil. I can't sugarcoat things. I can't tell you it's good. Because I'll be lying to you. I can't tell you that. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, it's fine. It's not. It's not. I can't tell you that. It's evil. It's sadistic at times. It's sinister. If I told you half of the stuff You wouldn't believe it. It's sadistic to a certain extent. That's why I like to teach, preserve my energy, and get out the way. That's what I like to do. I don't really like to be with too much people because times have changed. Times have changed now. And it says, we have perfected a shrewd scheme. There's schemes in place, plans. Both the inward thought and the heart of man is deep. So I've told you about how this operation, or what do you want to call it, the program, how it's done. You're always going to have someone in place. I've told you that. Always. Always. There's always going to be someone watching. So when you think no one's watching, there's always someone watching. Always. Always. So when you think there's always someone watching, but I don't want you to be worried about that, because the Lord ultimately, you have said, is watching. But there's always someone that's watching. Always. Even when you think there ain't. You're going about your day, there's always going to be an eye on you. And they're going to be setting things in motion. Always. Why? Because there's something that's demonic in them. There's something that's demonic in them. But you want to call it the hive mind. Yeah, there is technology. It's called mind control. It's called social conditioning. That's what it's called. There is people, unfortunately, that get in the car and they will follow you to one place to another place. Some people do that. Some people do that to see your whereabouts, see what you're doing. There's people that do that. There's people that do that. Times have changed big time. Me, I don't worry about that. Why? Because I'm under the jurisdiction of Yahweh Shai, the Lord Yahweh. So I don't worry about them things. People jumping in cars. Yeah, let's go, let's go. He's just left. Let's follow him. Let's follow behind him in the car, but let's drive slowly so he doesn't notice us. The Lord sees all that stuff. That don't really bother me too much, because I've pretty much seen it all. But people that do that, right? They're not gonna make it. They ain't gonna make it, right? These people, they're gone. They're gone, man. They're gone. A lot of these children are demonic as well. I'm gonna say I've got to be 100%. Oh, but he's speaking about children. Yeah, a lot of these children are demonic as well, acting mad demonic. The scripture says that in the scriptures. They shall bring forth monsters. They shall bring forth monsters. A lot of monsters out here. Why you got the army? Why you got the army? Why have you got the ex-army watching us? Hmm? Why have you got the ex-army watching us? It's the army. It's the army that are running the psychological It's them. It's them. Because I remember I told you, they're a law unto themselves. They're a law to themselves. Are the government, are they watching the army? I don't know. They can get away with certain things, right? So it's the army, right? It's the army running psychological operations on people. The only one that can pull that off is them. Nobody else can pull that off. Nobody else. Your next door neighbor ain't putting off no psychological operations. Only people in the army or ex-army or corps, what they call it, the royal corps, can pull that off so sophisticated. Why? Because they have a knowledge. When you're in warfare, they have a knowledge of warfare and psychology, destroying someone without touching them. That's psychological warfare, causing minimal damage. So like not minimal, maximum damage without actually putting a hand on someone. This is why you would get electrical warfare. But you think brothers are stupid? It's someone in the army that probably has eyes on you, probably a narcissist or a psychopath, and he's got friends, many friends, and many links. Because if you're in the army, you have many links and friends. You have many things at your expense, and that security is all of that technology at your expense. The average public don't know about proper psychological warfare. Only those that would be ex-army or police or psychologists would know of those type of things. So the public are being taught through technology to do these things. It's everybody. But some are harder to be manipulated. That's why you're known as a target. I'd rather say empowered. You have to realize that, right? You have to realize that, man. Okay? So there's people, they feel a certain way because they can't control you. But that's okay because the Lord's, He's in control. I'm calm as a cucumber. I'm quite happy because you're able to see these things. And when you stop rushing, because when you're rushing, you're predictable and you're not thinking, you're in survival mode. Take your time. Because when you take your time, you're able to see who's walking past you. Now, when you're rushing, you're just going to your destination and you didn't see who just walked past. You didn't see that person. When you take your time, you're able to see, okay, that person walked past. That person went, you're able to see who's doing what. Now, if you're rushing, you're not going to be able to see everything. I've done that. Sometimes I've act like I'm leaving somewhere and I will go right back round just to see who's there. That's how you're able to catch the main players. This is serious. This is serious. When you become predictable, you can be controlled and you can be, what else? Trafficked. When you're predictable, when you have a certain routine. Me, I like my routine because a routine ain't a bad thing. It's a godly routine. It's not a wicked routine. But from time to time, you change your routine, right? Or where you're going, you won't go the same way because they got people there already. But I don't really worry about that. You know why? Because a man's ways are of the Lord. The Lord directs our steps. So I don't really think. Don't overthink. You're overthinking things, right? Don't overthink things. Psalm 64. I just can't believe they would have so much people do this and get them on board. I've never seen nothing like it. I've never ever seen. I've never seen nothing like it in my time of teaching. Never. You must be powerful. Brothers must be powerful, man. Brothers must be powerful. That many people involved. Dedicated on watching one person. So what does that person have that they see? Have you ever asked yourself that? And bro, it must be something. That's fair. I say that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. And I can talk about these things because you've experienced it. This is happening all across the world. All across the world. Synchronization, hive mind technology. They call it groupthink. Lying wonders, signs after Satan. Right? It's lying signs, it's lying wonders, it's lying miracles. Technology is probably 80% of this, which is still spiritual, by the way. It's spiritual. Don't separate the two, right? They're what you call. Have you ever heard of MK? Have you ever heard of mind control? Well, that's what it is. You know, they can program people to kill. You know that, right? Program. You know, they can program people to do bad things that they wouldn't normally do if they're not, if they're not protected by the Lord, if they're not have a strong mind. You can program people to do evil. A lot of you don't know about this technology, man. All right? You ever heard of remote control technology? You know when you're playing a game, you have a remote, you're controlling that character. Same thing happens here. See, it seems far fetched, right? You know, you're playing a game, you have a remote, you have a control, you're controlling that character. Look up the word zombie. It says someone that's remotely controlled. Or automation. Things have changed. You better get spiritual. You better start getting spiritual. Romans 12. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable in the perfect will of the Most High. Got to renew your mind every day. Right? Every day. Yeah, people can be remotely controlled to say things, to do things you wouldn't even believe. And you think they're doing it by their own accord. They're not doing it by their own accord. Even though they've given themselves to that spirit. You know, AI is it's a familiar spirit. You know when you're typing in things, right? It's keeping a note of what you're typing in. So it gets familiar with what you just typed in. Technology, there's high level witchcraft with that. It's familiar now. AI is familiar spirits. A lot of people talking about electric warfare. That's all demons, man. Watch the program Ghostbusters. It's all demons. This world is spiritual. The moment you realize that, the better. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities. And if it wasn't for the Lord, you would have been gone a long time ago. He has his hand over us. That's a fact. A fact. The cars that you see driving, you're looking at all them cars and thinking, how much, so much cars? How much? That's done through technology. Because you're not going to get that much people thinking the same, doing the same thing. It's called synchronicity. Have you ever heard of a quantum computer? Have you ever heard of a quantum computer? That's what it is, right? It's called caging. Look up the word cage, right? You ever heard of dimension, quantum computer dimension? They keep people in a dimension. But a lot of you wouldn't understand this type of, this is high, this kind of high level, But they get pissed off when I speak about it. They start getting pissed off when I speak about it. That's how they're able to do this. They're trying to cage your spirit. They're trying to cage it. They're gone. Both the inward thought and the heart of man is deep. They have physicists. They have technological advancements. It's the army. And you can't tell me I ain't, because I know. So I can tell. Because the army, guess what they do? They blend people in within society. Ex-army. The Navy. Royal Air Force. What else do you call it? What else do you call it? Yeah, getting all upset. Getting all butthurt. You see what I'm saying? It's the army. It's the army. It's the Royal Corps. You talk about electronic attacks. That's coming from your Royal Corps. What are you getting upset for? That's coming from your Royal Corps. They deal with electronic warfare. But if they're doing it on their citizens, then you're fucked. That's what you know what they call that? That's called domestic terrorism. So if that's happening, that means you're torturing your own bloody civilians. You're supposed to be fighting a war over states, not declaring war on your own civilians, which they call targeted individuals. This is what's happening. Yeah, the man that walked out of the bushes, he getting all stressed out. They're the ones that are doing this. They're the ones that control the program. This is done by computers and technology, which is all demonic. High level stuff. Trying to crack people's brains because you're insecure. Looking soft as hell. You're soft. Baba Kasha. I'm saying that, Baba Kasha. But you got to understand, brothers, how powerful you are. This has worked on people. This has worked on very strong people. Why don't you just leave people alone? Why are you doing that for? They choose to do these things. Because when you give power to the wrong people, this is what happens when it's given to the wrong people. You're trafficking all of that. That's all from high up, not from low. Because someone that's low ain't really. Can someone that. Yeah, they're already doing that. Let's start to wake up. But their Heavenly Father shall shoot at them with an arrow. He's going to shoot at you with an arrow. We already discussed earlier on what the arrow is. Nuclear missiles. The nations are going to worry. You worried about civilians in the UK. So-called dissidents. They have to lie and call you a dissident. Oh, but he might be a dissident. What's a dissident? Someone basically that's causing like uproars. Like an uproar. Oh, they're dissidents. Don't worry about us. So if you're worried about one man, then that one man must be powerful. Oh, but they're dissidents. No, but they're traitors. They're dissidents. They're trying to uprise against the government. No, the Messiah wasn't doing that. He said, "Give unto Caesar." Hold on, Matthew 20. Because you know they make up lies, right? Yeah, but they're dissidents. They're trying to overthrow the government. No, we're not. Does it look like it? Does it look like I'm trying to overthrow some guy? No, you're gonna overthrow yourself. You're overthrowing yourself by the wickedness you do. So let's check this out. Yeah, there's something called dissidence, right? And there's something called with dissidence. What do you have? You have deterrence. So what do they do? This is where they will have people watching you and the army. Now, if someone's a dissident, they need to send in the army because this person is considered a an enemy of state. You ever watch that program, Enemy of State, with Will Smith? That's what you're considered. And he was being tracked by satellites. Enemy of the state. I haven't watched it, but I know of it. So this was the type of stuff that was going on. They could put you on a fake list. Say you're this, say you're that, say you're but bro, it's rubbish. There's nothing there. Rubbish. This is how they're able to do this. See what else we got. Some uprising. Me ain't causing I'm not causing no uprising. So what did Yahushua say? Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. You give unto them what belongs to them, brother Kashad. They love my energy as well. Because within the army and all that, there's a certain come on, it's a certain level of energy. A lot of things are energetic. A lot of things. So within the army, I'm not being horrible, within the military, and I do listen. People have fought, they listen. You gotta realize there's also that's Luciferian. We hear the states, there's a lot of black magic that happens up there. A lot of black magic. These people also work with the occult. The military deals with high level of, they call themselves Luciferians. They worship Satan. It's a brotherhood. Their army is a brotherhood. Right? So there is a lot of black magic involved. This is why you will see a lot of rituals on this rituals. You see a lot of occult because they have the occult that works for them as well. They also hire to do low level jobs, espionage. Brothers are powerful. That's what I gotta say. That's what I gotta say. That's what I gotta say. Right? We're gonna go to Matthew 24. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, some of you, and you will be hated of all nature for my name's sake. With this technology, they have the means of trying to turn people against you. Trying to. Now, if you're doing what's right, that's not gonna work. But it depends on the person's mind, right? I've seen it. I've seen it. I could do lessons all day, riding around and show you how this thing is. You be going somewhere, someone steps out the door, someone does it. Yeah, it's full 24-hour surveillance. When they know you're not a criminal, because by law, if you're a criminal, criminals get locked up, right? Or they should, right? It shows you, bro, what type of society we're living in. It shows you. It's power that's in the wrong hands. This is where you're gonna get a lot of chaos. With much power comes much responsibility. Let's get back to the scriptures now. That's why we just wait upon the Lord's. Okay, fret not because of evildoers. Wait. Let's see what else we got. You know I love this one, right? Isaiah 54 and 17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No weapon. None. The weapon only prospers against you if you believe it's prospering against you. The power of the mind. A lot of you keep talking about this is happening to you, that's happening to you because you're giving it power. Stop giving it power. Stop giving negativity power. Stop giving these people your power. You take that away from them when you don't feed into whatever they're doing. You take that away. When you're reactionary, you're giving them that. They're feeding off that. Have you ever ignored someone, right? And see how they feel after? What ends up happening? They feel stupid. They feel stupid. And they end up going. They end up going away. You hear that demon in the background? No weapon formed against you shall prosper, but it is formed. And every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. In judgment you shall condemn. Every tongue. Woo! Every tongue. We have the power to condemn the tongue that's spoken over us. You're going to get a lot of that. street theater, all of that, right? Directed conversations. They say indirect, but it's directed because it is directed to you on what you're doing, what you have done. You're gonna see it all. You're gonna see it all. And it's cheesy because they're not good actors and actresses. So they're gonna create like a movie set for you. Don't take it personally. Because guess who controls the script? The Father, yeah, the Heavenly Father. See what else we got. Yeah, stay tuned in. Stay tuned in, man. To the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. Stay tuned in. Abakasha. Oh, they will also try to lower your frequencies as well. This thing this morning, guess what I noticed? Quickly want to throw this up. Matthew 24. Let's go to Matthew 24. Guess what I noticed this morning? There's a guy living upstairs above me. And it happens a lot. A van pulled up, right? And as his van pulled up, guess what happened? Because this van always parks up there. The person upstairs woke up. I'm not making this up. As soon as the van pulled off, then he made a few noises. He made a few knocks. So what is that? Yeah, people can be controlled, right? They can be controlled, man, right? Easily, if they don't have the control of the Lords. Yeah, you're finished, man. You're finished. Satan, you're finished, man. You're done. Baba Kishar, you're done. Right? They can't destroy what they never built. They can't. They can't make what they never. They can't destroy which they never made. Brothers are so powerful. Tap into that. My mother was even telling me that she got me something today. Right? You're so powerful. You don't know how strong you are. They've tried everything, bro. Anything and everything. So sometimes celebrate. Sometimes celebrate. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, your wins because nobody else is gonna do it. You have to do something. Nobody else is gonna do it. Looking mad stupid out here. Let's go to Matthews 23 and 4. Take heed that no one deceives you. You've got to take heed that you're not being deceived. You've got to pray to Yahweh Shai for understanding, for guidance. For many will come in my name saying I am Mashiach, and you will deceive many. There's that false New Age doctrine. That's very heavy now. New Age now. All right? And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We're hearing wars and rumors of wars. Putin, he's getting prepared. He's basically letting Putin's one bad bad to the bone bad. Putin is bad. He's so warlike. He's like your proper alpha male. He's ready. He's so ready for war. The Russians are they're ready. And the Russians, they have that Cold War spirit, right? They've never changed. They were always Soviet. They are still Soviet, USSR. That never did change. Right? And there was always an arms race between Russia and the US. Look how long that's been going on for. And even concerning the space. Right? Russia are ready. They're geared up. This is all going to happen according to biblical prophecy. Right? The UK army, there's not as much people. It's not a big army. It's not big. A lot of people are leaving because of the things they've seen within the army. Right? You got more civil servants than anything. You have more civil servants when it comes to the army. But the UK army is not that big from what I know. Right? Can you hear them? Get go! They're on that MK Ultra. Anyway, let's see what I'm interested. I'm intrigued by war, different war methods, and so forth. You hear the sirens in the background? You hear the sirens? That's all warfare. That's all psychological warfare to mess up your frequency, man. Mess up your head. But I don't. At the same time, just see it as a siren. Don't internalize anything that's being done. None of it. right? As soon as I get on my bike and I start running, you're probably gonna have a few people that are gonna start slamming doors. So it says, Baba Kishar, and many false prophets will rise up and deceive many because lawlessness will grow, will abound. You know what this reminds me of, right? Thessalonians 5, the mystery of lawlessness. Mystery. You know, it's still a mystery to certain people. I never thought the UK would be like this. I never, ever, ever thought. There's so much lawlessness now. You can't trust. You can't trust. You can't even trust a lawyer. You can't trust a lawyer. You can't trust you can't trust the ambulance nurse workers. Have my experience with that as well. You can't trust police. I'm not saying, oh, I'm not painting them in one brush. Because there's lawlessness. You know what lawlessness is? You know what that is, right? When you do away with the law, it's corruption. They call it OC, organized crime. So who can you trust? Can't trust your neighbor. Can't trust your school teacher. All right? Can't trust, no. The only one we can trust is the Lord Jehovah Shai. That's the only one. Right? Especially if you're on this program, especially. Because the whole meaning of this is to, all right, there's three tactics. Is, remember, you have clarity, you know what's going on with the truth, but the whole thing is to disturb that clarity. So what they need you is in a state of distract, confuse, distract, confuse, then bring him back round again. Distract, confuse, bring him back round again. Distract, confuse, bring him back round again. So you will never really understand what the truth is. That's demonic. There's a method to this. So you will never step into your purpose. But for us, you don't need to worry about that because you know who you are. The Messiah knew who he was. He knew why he was on earth. So that's it. Have you noticed that? I've noticed, you know, when you're proper, things are going good, well, you're confident. Have you ever noticed they will really try to, that's when they start trying to bring you down. It's like it's a cycle. Distract, confuse, bring him back round. So you will never be on your pivot point. It's to keep you off your pivot point. Because if you're always distracted, if you're always confused, you're never going to get to the main goal. That's called in warfare. That's called neutralization. That's called neutralization. Can you hear it? And this is heavy. I'm learning, and I want to say this. It might sound mad to the people. Army, you out there in the army and all that. I want to thank you. I want to thank those on this program. You know why? Because it's made me who I am today. It's strengthened me. Come on. If you ain't learning anything by this program, I don't know what to tell you. A program is supposed to better you. It's not about destruction. You were put on the program because you could handle it. Someone saw you. Someone's like, you got high level of intelligence. You got high level of smarts. Because you can handle it. This has made me a better man now. It's made me a little bit more cautious. Definitely. Not paranoid, cautious. It's definitely strengthened me. Right? And yeah, it's made me, I've met a lot of people. I've met a lot of people. Right? And I met someone in the army. This is about 4 months ago, and you know what he said to me and his wife? And you know what they said to me? They said to me, you've got so much more in you. You got more in you. You got more in you. He says, nah, don't. And he said, don't be mediocre. Don't be mediocre with it. And this is when I was kind of going in cycles. He said, don't be mediocre. You got much more within you. He says, you got much more. He said, keep going. And you know what he told me? This was a man in the army, built. You should have seen the way he was built. I think he was I think he was, what's it, Navy, I think Navy or something like that, SAS. And you know what he told me? He said, me personally, I'm the type that you put a gun to his head, still wouldn't give up. Bro, he knew what time it was. His wife gave me the number. I can contact him anytime. I've met a lot of people on this journey. The program's good if you know how to use it. It's a program. The software is good if you know how to use that software. People have been put in my path. You got to know how to use. They say play the game. This is to our benefit. It's to our benefit. You see, bro, you change the way you're thinking. All right. Is there little bits of sinister acts in it and all that? Yeah, but there is good that can come from it. Romans. And all things work good for those that love the Father. I've met a lot of people. I've been given a lot of advice from all walks of life. People in high places. Middle class white men. I've had conversations with them. Women, all sectors of life. And someone also did say, it's like, listen, the reason why, you're doing what you're doing right now, you're teaching and so forth. He says, you know what? At times, you never know. They might want you to join because guess what? If this, even though it won't, say if things go bad, you have something to fall back upon. You have a group. That's what someone said. That's what a cult member said that to me. You never know. If things get bad, you have something to fall back upon. So listen, there's opportunities out there. Remember, they're coming for you. We are valuable. We have something that they want. You got to remember that. We have something that they want. So look at the good in this. You have to be optimistic, not pessimistic. You're highly valued. You're rare. I hope this is edifying. I hope this is edifying. This really has taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot. And not to get too emotionally attached, because you're gonna stress yourself out. Right? Not to be non-reactive, you're gonna stress yourself out. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. The love of many will grow cold, but he who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. You got people that are telling me to quit. Quit, give up. Give up. Give that soul up. Give it up. Nah. He that endures to the end. Excuse me. He that endures to the end shall be saved. Once you put your hand to the plow, there ain't no looking back. This is a lifetime commitment. It's a lifetime commitment. There is no stopping. Now, if people are telling you to give up because they see strength within you, okay? They see that strength. And it says, and this is the gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then shall the end come. That's how you know the end's going to come. First, it's when it needs to be preached unto all nations. All. Let me get my drink. I'm thirsty right now. Hold on. All nations, So, when it says all nations, ah, yeah. When it says all nations, right? When it says all nations, well, where are all these nations? They're scattered. So we still have a purpose. We still have a mission, right? We still have a mission to teach to all nations. And our people are scattered everywhere. Australia, New Zealand, Japan, where else? Where else? What? Japan, all over the gaff. So we have to teach this truth, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. So it doesn't matter whoever receives it, who don't receive it, as long as they get it. Mother Kashaba, it's alright, man. It's alright. Sure you are, Mother Kasha. So we gotta teach this word, Mother Kasha, to the best of our ability. Okay, that's what we gotta do, and get out of the mental chaos. Get and see it as well. See it, right? See when people are trying to lay stumbling blocks for you. Also see that as well, right? Okay, here comes more of them now. Let me pay the camera. Let me pay the camera. I gotta do that now, Baba Kasha, right? So check out that as well, Baba Kasha. You have to be switched on, right? Yeah. I got a lot of spectators out here, right? Got a lot of spectators. You see that? Oh yeah, they do that coughing as well. I told you about the gestures, right? It's all psychological. It's spiritual. That's demons, man. That's them demons in the throat chakra. They do the sniffing. They rubbing the head, hands in the thing, hands in the pocket, rubbing the eye, rubbing the nose. This is what these are all. These are all gestures, man. It's occultic, not it's portal knowledge. Freemasonry is portal knowledge, but you don't need to delve into that. Why? Because you have the truth. Just thought I'd do that quickly, right? Because I need to get them on camera. Baba Kasha. So it's portal knowledge, right? Baba Kasha. Baba Kasha. That's what it is. It's portal knowledge. Okay. We see. We see. You can't outsmart the Father. You can't outsmart the Father. You think you can outsmart God? He made you. He created you. You can't outsmart the Father. Now they may be able. I'm going to tell you this. They can track you physically, but in the spirit, guess what? Hidden, hidden, right? In the spirit, bro, you're unrecognizable. That's why they send familiar spirits. What's familiar spirit? A familiar spirit is a spirit of witchcraft. So they're gonna send you that because they identify who? The old you. The old you was sinful. The things they were doing to you back then, that was working. Bro, all them spells. What's happening now? That was happening to you. You know how you see people walking around? You just thought that was normal. They were putting spells on you all the time. Yeah, bro. You broke that. Through Yahweh, you broke it. Why do you think the witches are so pissed off? Because they can even feel that. When something gets broke in the spiritual realm, it gets broke in the physical. So the altars, that altar got broken. Oh, it got broken. Okay. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy. Hold on. We ain't got nothing to worry about. So where was I gonna go to? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. So yeah, familiar spirits, but there's a new. Oh, that's it. We're hidden. We're hidden. We are hidden. So now they can track you in the physical. Oh, he's there. He just turned up there. You go, that's the physical. That's the physical. That's your. But in the spirit, they don't have access to that. That's what they really want. That's what they really want. Come on, come on, babe. I like to annoy them as well because they like to do that type of stuff. But then their handlers doing that to them. They're not free. They have a handler where they're looking at the side. They might look back. Yeah, the handler. They're not free. That's another thing they envy. They're not free. And when we come into town, guess what? A notification is going to come out as well. This is a community notification. It's known as the IRISS. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it stands for. It's abbreviation for. I forgot what it's called. But it's some security type of app. So people get notified. You know when you come to a community, everybody's getting notified. You're there. That you're there. Flipping hell. Everybody. They're really trying to make it hard for brothers. Really trying to make it hard. But when you do that, guess what you do? You just strengthen us. Why? Because all things work good for those that love the Father. All things. You're just strengthening us. Can you hear them shouting? Can you hear them shouting? Why are they making up all that noise for? I'm just teaching. Why are they concerned with what I'm doing? You hear them shouting in the background. Why are they concerned with what I'm doing? I'm just teaching the Bible. They shouldn't be bothered. They should go on about their day. But they're shouting and acting like what's the word? Erratic mule. Acting like an erratic mule. What's wrong with these people? No self-control. None. So we're gonna go to Colossians. We are dead to this world. I love this one. Our power is not in the physical, by the way. It's in the scriptures. Then you got people that this is all across the world. Get mad. Get mad. Get insane. There's spirits behind that, man. You just hear it again? You just hear that again? Colossians 3, right? They're probably waiting for me to leave so they can jump in the car. Jump in the car, right? And follow me to my location. People are fucking nasty, man. Why aren't these people locked up? Why aren't some of these people locked up? Why aren't some of these people locked up? Nasty, man. And they will always do it from a distance as well. Yeah, yeah, has he left yet? Yeah, jump in the car, jump in the car, jump in the car. Nasty. Let's go to Colossians 3. If you them are raised with Mashiach, seek those things which are above. That's what our mind's supposed to be on. The things that are above. Right? The kingdom, man. Meditating. Things above. Right? Meditate. It's calm. It's quite calm here. The things above. Set your mind on those things. Right? Pan the camera. Pan the camera. Right? Yeah, set your mind on things above. Okay? Not on things on the earth. Okay? That's what we're supposed to be setting our minds on. Fools. Fools. You look at it, listen to these fools, bro. You got a nation of chimps now, just people that are bugged out. What's the use of them? If they're not so if you don't have no meaning to the Lord, what's the use of you? That means you just out there. Just out there. People get a kick out of this type of stuff. Yeah, let's follow him. They get a kick out of that type of stuff. And I recognize that voice as well. Keep a note of it. I recognize them voices as well. A lot of degenerates out here, man. But it's alright because the Lord sees all that anyway. Seek those things which are above, where Mashiach is sitting at the right hand of God. Yeah, I recognize that voice, bro. Remember, some of these young men, some of these young men, they were adopted, they were in care homes, and they get put together. Listen, they get placed with other young men, or should I say young boys that are in care homes. Then they end up doing this type of behavior. A lot of them are adopted, man. But that's the system. That's how they get you. That's what I'm saying. Don't lose your heads. Right? Yeah, bro, I've seen it. I know about the care system because my auntie used to work in it. She's no longer here. God bless her soul. My auntie Velma used to work in the care system. So they can put you together in a house and you being adopted by a stranger you don't even know. And you're living with 3 other males that are adopted as well. Then you all get together, act like fools. Now fix up, man. Get yourself together, man. Right? Like I had to start from nothing to zero. And the Lord built me up. Better get some business about yourself. Do something. People running around here acting like immature. You hear it? You hear it? A lot of these young adults are trafficked because maybe they never had no one. Maybe their father, mother sold them. So they what ends up happening? They pick up the abusive behavior. They pick up the abusive behavior, and then they start doing that. Not all the time, but from 8 times out of 10, they start doing the same thing. So what is it? It becomes a vicious cycle of abuse. I'm not talking about narcissist abuse. Narcissist abuse, which only works through a cycle of predictability and chain reactions. That's called reactionary abuse. This is what they've been taught because that's what happened to them. Now, if you're smart, you ain't going you ain't gonna be in that bracket. There's so much of these scriptures. Let's continue. Set your mind on the things above, for not on the things of earth. They probably, I said that I just came from my mother's house. They probably follow me to my mother's house. I'm not making this up. They probably follow me to my mother's house. They think this. They must think this is some type of joke. The Lord Jehovah is going to take them out. So when you hear about bad things happening to people, don't be surprised, man. All right. Another one in here dressed in red. No, they look robotic, man. Pan the camera. Let's pan the camera. Dressed all up in red. Baba Kasha. Let's get this. I like to get all of it on camera, Baba Kasha. Right? Yeah, people do get targeted. Facts. Most of the time, it's out of jealousy. Most of the time. Right? Is out of jealousy or envy. Facts. Set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth, for you died and your life is hidden in Mashiach. When Mashiach, who is our life, appears, then you shall also appear with him in glory. So yeah, set your mind on things above. Above, not things here. Because the things here, guess what they are? Perishable. Useless. Yeah, the things here are useless. That's our mind has to be in the Lord. That's where it has to be. Not here on spiritual things. This is heavy. This truth is heavy. Heavy. And your life is hidden with Mashiach. When Mashiach, who is our life, appears, you shall also appear with him in glory. So when the Lord appears, we're going to appear with him. It's a done deal. Why? Because we done what we were supposed to do. So we're going to appear with the Lord, man. In that glory. Because it was written. It was written. And if it's written, that means it's going to play out. Abakashah. I had to get that on camera, man. I had to. But it's going to play out. It's going to play out in real time. Don't give up. Check what the time is. 2:13. Don't give up. Don't give up. These are occult members. They're occult members. What is the occult? Hidden knowledge. It's witchcraft. When you have the Lord Jehovah Shai, you don't need to delve into that. You don't need to delve. Why are you? That's backward. Why are you delving into witchcraft when you have the knowledge of the Lord? You're going backwards. Pan the camera here now, Baba Krishna. Guy looked like a zombie. See how he was walking? Some damn zombie. So we have all the knowledge here. Where's my drink? Everything here, brothers. Everything. Don't need to get into the occult. Occultic. Why? Yeah, it's hidden knowledge. But they use it for evil. They use it to manipulate the masses. They use it to manipulate people. Some esoteric knowledge, they're using it to manipulate the minds and the souls of the people. Right? You're not supposed to use knowledge and wisdom to manipulate. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to use it for good. For wisdom. That's what it's used for. Not to manipulate people. Esoteric is knowledge of the outside realm. And occult, you hear that? You're dad. You hear that? Shut up, man, and sit down. Go sit down, man. Go sit down somewhere. So the occult is hidden things. Right? Hidden knowledge. Hidden. So they use this, but they use it for evil. Right? They use it for evil. Go to Isaiah 14. And it says, how are you fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How are you cut down to the ground, O Lucifer? What does Lucifer mean? Light bearer. Yeah, they have light, It's that secret knowledge. The Freemasons do know a lot of, they know a lot of things, but it's different levels to the prophets. It's different. It's different. They use it for, they use it to keep this pyramid scheme going, the pyramid going. It's hidden knowledge. They do know a lot. They know a lot of things about your body, how your body works, how your mind works, but they use it against you. All right? Hear that screaming in the background? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And it says, yes, you how are you cut down to the ground who weaken the nations? So the people in power, they're weakening the nations through legislation. For you have said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven. That's the pride of the elites. They want to ascend to heaven. You know, they want to go to another planet. That's the pride of Esau. It says, I will ascend to heaven. See what else we got. I will exalt my throne above the stars. That's why they got a space program. I forgot the name of it. They actually got a space program. And the satellites, where is that? That's in space. And that's how you can keep a track of people through satellites as well. Which they haven't got a space station in space, but they do have a space station. Right? There's so many things you're not realizing. Look at this plane. Hold on. Check that. I don't know if you can see it from here. Don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you can. Check that out. Check that. Look how slow that's moving. Look how slow that is moving. Right? Slow. Then you got another plane. Chemtrails, nothing's coming out of this. Look how slow that's moving. So guess what? You don't even need a commander now sitting in the seat to fly a plane. You could do that remotely. You do know a lot of these planes are drones. You know that, right? A lot of these planes are drones. You know that, right? You know that, right? I looked it up. There's 60 million that was given, what's it, 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, to deploy these drones in the form of planes. It's 1, 2, another one, 3, right? Baba Kasha, because planes don't surface that long. Then you have real planes, and guess what these planes do? I'm all over the place now. They ping off your towers. They ping off circuits. That's what they do. And they also brain scan. A lot of you don't know about this stuff. Revelations 13. Now let's jump to Revelations 13. There's an agenda. And the agenda is worldwide domination. That's the agenda. So a lot of these planes, look at this one here. Don't know if you can see it. Look how it's bending. I don't know if you can see it. It's just bending. Yeah. That can be done remotely now. They have navigation systems, right? And they're being weaponized. That's the most dangerous thing. They can weaponize them. Remember that movie? I forgot where it is. And you say, eliminate him, eliminate him, eliminate him. They got that technology, right? That's a drone. That's not no plane. That's not no real plane. That's a flipping drone. It ain't even got no windows. A plane's supposed to have windows, right? Well, some, not all. A plane's supposed to have windows. When someone's in the plane, they want to look out. And there was 60 million, I think 60 million, that was invested into these drones. Basically. Who you fooling? Who you fooling? And it says, so let's see what else we got, Baba Kasha. We went into that. I lost my train of thought now. Because you know they're trying to use this technology on me as well. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, go ahead, put it on a leash. Put it on a leash. I lost my train of thought. So this is what, oh, that's it. Revelations 13. So there's a lot of funding going into this new world order, and it's all about control. The elites, they don't care. They want you happy with nothing. It's all about control. They don't want you to have nothing. It's all about privatization. Everything privatized. Everything. Read Adam Weishaupt. Adam Weishaupt. What did it say on that letter? It said abolish of all property. All property. What was this? 1770? Is it 1776? All property abolished. All privatization abolished. All world religions abolished. Right? All of that. And that was from Adam Weishaupt. That was 1776. And that's still in place. This is heavy knowledge, brother. I hope I'm not putting too much on you. I'm not putting too much on you. It's a lot. It's a lot. So if that was done in 1776, which he was a Mason, Freemason, remember, this is still carrying on. Remember, they have families, they carry this stuff on. Right? Oh, the Karl Marx, the Communist Manifesto. You know, a lot of your politicians, they follow that. They believe in that. They be reading them books. The Communist Manifesto. Karl Marx, which he was a member of the Ku Klux Klan, by the way, hated blacks. That's what they follow today. The people that are running the UK or that want to run the UK, that's what they believe in. The Communist Manifesto. Right? What's the Communist Manifesto? It's a form of capitalism as well. And you beating your workers into the ground. Right? Real talk. Baba Kishan, let's see what else we got. I'm enjoying this. You're getting a history lesson and you're getting scriptures. For free. Write this down as well, brothers. If you got a notepad, write this down. And it says, we're going to go to Revelation 13 and 16. Okay, this is Revelation 13, right? I'm going to jump straight. I think it's 16, but I'm sure. Hey, let's check this out, let's check this out. Revelation 13 and 11. When I saw another beast, it says it, another beast coming out from the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence and causes the earth those who worship in it to worship the first beast. So when it's saying two horns like a lamb, you know what those two horns are, brothers? They're two political parties. Now in the UK, what's them two political parties? You have Conservative and you have Labour. Okay? Then in the US you have Republicans and you have is it Democrat? Yeah, Democrats. The blue and the reds. This is where you have the gangs. All that is political, by the way, the gangs. The blue corner and the red corner. All that's politics. Right? Even when you go to jail in America, they have Bloods, they have Crips. All in one section. Right? And you also have what's the white man's thing there? What is it? What is it? You don't want to mess with them as well. What's the one? What's it called in prison in the US? The skinheads. Now there's a name for it. There's a name for it. The Aryan brothers. They are, bro. The Aryan brothers, bro. You don't mess with them, bro. They're the ones that run the prison. The Aryan brothers. So you have that. All that is political, right? Red, blue, and white. Remember, these people are using colors. And what colors do you see within your gang stalking? Red and blue. Pick a side. Red or blue. I'm not either. Guess what I am? Well, look what color I'm wearing. Neutral. Neutral. Green. I'm not red or blue. I'm neutral, man. Green, man. Okay. It's a lot of politics. involved. So it says, and he had two horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. What does it see? Two horns. Like a, why does it say like a lamb? A lamb soft, nice. So the people that want to rule over you, they come across, yeah, we're gonna do this. You know, you always get every year, right? Every few years. Yeah, we're gonna change the cost of living expenses. We're gonna do this, we're gonna better the roads. Um, we're gonna have more schools. We're gonna do this. We promise a better reformation. They all say the same thing, right? They all say the same thing. Okay. And it says, Mama Kasha, and it says, and spoke like a dragon. So the dragon represents Draconian type measures. So that's what they're bringing. And a dragon is what? Wrath, fierce. So that's what they're coming in. They're coming in with the Draconian type measures, man. And if you don't comply, well, they might get rid of you. They want, it's this about power, it's about control, and it's about power. And don't you worry, they have mercenaries. They got people to get things done. What's a mercenary? Someone you pay to get a job done. So they got the money to do that as well. Mercenaries. That's where the army come into place. And the police as well, the 5-0. Baba Kisha. they've got the money, they got sufficient funds. I like them 110s. There's some heavy 110s, Baba Kisha. Yeah, Baba Kisha. So they got the money, they got the funding. This is the black budget. It's the black budget, man. Right? But why are you still here? That's why people are looking at you like flipping out. What, you like a cat with 8 lives? You like a cat with 8 lives. Bro, who's running this? The elites? The elites. Right? They don't show themselves. They're in some house somewhere in London, right? With pure chairs, one chair open to Satan, speaking to them. Satan deals with them one on one. One on one. And tells them what to do next. We're talking about the higher elites, the higher. Bro, this is a lot of knowledge. I hope you got your notepads and I hope you're writing this down. Because it's a lot of stuff. So it's the elite out there. You okay? Okay, okay. Brother Kusha. Nice dog there, Brother Kusha. They got them fluffy winter dogs, Brother Kusha. So this the elites that I'm calling the shots. It's the elites, man. These are the big cats, dog. These are the big cats. Like old dirty bastard said. Look what they done to old dirty bastard. They messed him up because he was speaking too much. These are the big cats, right? And it says Baba Kisha. I remember. Oh my gosh, Baba Kisha. And it says Baba Kisha, Baba Kisha, Baba Kisha. Check this out. Revelation 13 and 11. It spoke like a dragon, right? And he exercised all the authority of the first beast. It says it of the first beast. What was the first beast? The Roman Empire, right? The Roman Empire. What was the symbol of the Roman Empire? An eagle. What was the symbol of the Nazis? An eagle. I think, was it an eagle? Wasn't it a phoenix? It was an eagle, right? Right? And the Nazis, they had a swastika. That swastika goes back to they say it's Aryan. That goes back to the Indians, that swastika, by the way. So there's a lot of signs and codes and all that stuff. And it says, Baba Kishar, check this out. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast in the presence and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. He performs great signs so that he makes fire come down from heaven on the earth. That was in Yugoslavia, where the first atom bomb was dropped. And it says, Baba Kishar, and he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs. We talked about that technology, which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image of the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast. But the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Says it. It says it. So this gonna get real drink, bro. It's about. I've told you already. They're getting older now. The elite said they're getting older now. They want this new world order underway. Let me check the time. We're gonna get going soon. 2:30. We're gonna get going soon. They want this underway, right? And anyone that's in their way of their agenda, they need to get rid of them, right? Or rehabilitate, because there's gonna be rehabilitation centers as well, and that's gonna be your local macros. Your macros, your Asda's was soon to be a rehabilitation, and your Costco's is gonna be a rehabilitation center. It looks like one. When you actually look at it, it looks like a rehabilitation center. So the people that, they may try to rehabilitate someone back into society. Okay? Oh yeah, they got guillotines. Obama, under Obamacare, he signed a decree to bring back guillotines. Guillotines. That was used at the time of Napoleon, right? The French Revolution. Why has he got guillotines for? Huh? Why would you be spending all this money on guillotines? Hmm? Why would that be? Unless you were going to cut off people's heads. So they are going to cut off people's heads if they don't take this trip. This is real stuff. This is real. Baba Shah trying to feel out my energy. Yeah, this is real stuff. Okay? Guillotines, bro. Under the Obama administration. And coffins. There was about, I don't know if I can get of 100,000 coffins. 100,000 coffins. So why have they got guillotines and coffins? Because the bodies are going to need to be placed in somewhere. A lot of you ain't ready. A lot of you ain't ready, man. A lot of you ain't ready. You got get ready for this type of stuff. So what else have we got, Baba Kashar? So I think pretty much we're gonna shut off on this, and we're gonna get back. And it says, whose deadly wound was healed, and he performs great signs. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image of the beast, to the beast, who was wounded and saw and lived, and was granted to give power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should speak, and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causes both small, great, rich, poor, free-born slave to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no one might buy or sell except one has the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. That's the system. That's the barcode, right? So, brothers, guess what we're going to have to do? Lean on the Lord Jehovah Shai. Lean on him, because you ain't going to make it no other way else. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of their times. Hope this was edifying. Going to shut off. And until the next time, Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.